Hello, Internet, and I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be reading more of Villainous Level 99. I may be the hidden boss, but I'm not the Demon Lord. By author Satoru Tanabata and illustrated by T. We are still in Volume 1, and we're on Chapter 6. So go ahead, grab your tea, your water, your juice, your hot cocoa, whatever it may be that you want to drink today. And we'll jump right on in. Last time we were here, we left off at these 3 dots. As I am trying to record ahead and make sure that we have a video every single day, but at least reading 15 minutes a day. So I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all staying healthy. I believe this one will come out on Black Friday. So if you're doing any shopping and going out and about, stay safe, all that good jazz. I am drinking lime cucumber Gatorade is my drink. I've also got a bottle of water, as well as the fact I took some CBD oil infused drink. I'm feeling pretty good. What do you mean by your sister being a hostage? My younger sister works at the main residence in the royal capital. She's unrelated to all this. Please, at least spare. According to Rita, who was poisoning me, her sister had been taken hostage by father. I decided to think about what to do with her after I saved her sister. All right, then. We're going to go get your sister. I don't know what she looks like, so you'll have to come with me. What? But I was poisoning you. There was no way the hidden boss was going to die by poison. Hidden? It doesn't matter. Hurry up, let's go. I accidentally let my game knowledge slip. Why was I so flustered? Was it because Rita's sister was in danger? No. My feelings were probably in a frenzy right now due to the knowledge that my parents had tried to kill me, and now I was going to meet them for the first time. Come here, Ryu. We rode on Ryu's back and flew through the night sky to the royal capital. Ryu's dark color combined with our high altitude made seeing us from the ground difficult. Hey Rita, where's the Dulkness house? I had gotten amped up and just left, but I didn't actually know where my own family's house was. Rita, who I had forced to come with me, had her eyes tightly shut, possibly out of fear of heights. You can give me instructions starting from the royal palace, right? You don't have to open your eyes. Yes. You leave the gates of the royal palace and go straight, turning right out at the 3rd main street. I traced the path along the streets, looking at it like a map from our vantage point in the sky. I couldn't tell colors apart very well in the dark, so I had Rita describe landmarks by their shape. And then it's the second house on the left, the one with an annex in the back, right in the reference of the front gates. Yes, and the main building is L-shaped. It's that one. The mansion looked to be a size larger than the one I grew up in. I guess they were fine with that because they never visited Dulkness County. We're getting off, Rita. We can't. If a dragon landed in the yard, it would cause a commotion. Rita was probably worried about causing harm to her sister, but there was nothing to worry about. It's fine. We're only getting off. Rio, keep flying above the house. My lady, what are you... We're just parachuting in, minus the actual parachute. I've done this a bunch of times. I'm an expert. We're going to jump now, but I want to sneak in, so stay quiet, okay? Rita looked deathly pale, but after a moment of silence, she nodded in agreement, likely having prepared herself in order to save her sister. With Rita in my arms, I jumped off Ryu's back. The moment The moment I jumped, I started shooting out magic energy in a downward direction, making sure we didn't pick up too much speed. Rita continued to keep her eyes closed, hanging on to me tightly. She didn't let out a single peep. I continued to decrease our speed as we got closer to the ground, and soon enough we landed softly in the mansion's yard. All right, we're here. Where's your sister? Once she let go of me, Rita collapsed to the ground. After taking a moment to catch her breath, she spoke softly. Right now, she should be in her room. This is just my guess, but I don't think she's been told anything. I think she finished her work for the day as usual and has retired to her room. We sneaked into the mansion, led by Rita, and arrived at the servants' living quarters. She stopped in front of a Pacific door and knocked softly. Sarah, it's me, Rita, she called quietly. The door opened. Rita, what are you doing here? Upon seeing that her sister was safe, Rhea got choked up with emotion, tears spilling as she hugged her sister. Sarah, not understanding the situation, seemed puzzled. Rita, what's wrong? She then turned to me. Who are you? Inside we go. We'll get caught if we stay out here, I said, pushing Rita and forcing our way into the room. Sneaking in would have been pointless if we got caught now. I closed the door behind me and scoped out my surroundings. The room, like it, housed multiple people, but currently it was only occupied by Rita's sister. Rita was still crying, so I decided to explain the situation myself. You were taken hostage by my parents. They told Rita they would kill you if she didn't kill me. The violence of the word kill made Sarah freeze in shock. Perhaps I should have sugarcoated my phrasing a bit. Maybe stuffing away or squishing would have been good. They almost sound kind of cute. I'm sorry, Sarah. This is the end for me. Thank you for everything until now, Rita blubbered as if they were her final words. My lady, if you could at least spare my sister. Rita, what are you talking about? Huh? How did the conversation get here? Just so you know, I don't have any intentions of giving you up to the soldiers. Yes, I'm aware. If you could just do it in one go, maybe somewhere my sister won't see. What was I, some kind of devil who wouldn't hesitate to kill her after this touching display of sisterly love? I've done a lot up until now, but I haven't killed anyone, nor do I have any plans to. I won't be squishing you either. Rita only did what she did because she was threatened. And the only effect it had on me was that my tea tasted bad for a week. I wasn't particularly bothered. I guess I can see why Patrick called me a good person and overly trusting. I have no intention of punishing you. We can talk later about how things are going to be moving forward. I'm sure Rita doesn't want to work for the Darkness family anymore, so I'll need to help her look for her next job. Rita lifted her head up, eyes widening in relief. Slowly, her eyes began to swell with tears again. Please don't cry anymore. She came up to me and fell to her knees. My lady, no, Lady Amelia. I vow to devote my loyalty to you until the end of my life. Yeah, thank you? Oh, that's not really what I was going for. Rita stopped crying and was now looking up at me ecstatically. Creepy. It felt I had cleared up one misunderstanding by creating a new one. I'll deal with this later. I have something to take care of, so you two just wait in this room. I probably should have let the sisters escape first, but there were people I needed to meet. I slowly made my way for the mansion, heading the way Rita told me to go. I didn't bump into anyone on my way to the room that was my destination. I actually wanted more time to mentally prepare. I opened the door and 2 pairs of eyes fell on me. The 2 people in the room were having some food while drinking wine. It seems the couple is getting along well. My father was the first to speak. Who are you? How did you get in here? Good evening. Thank you for having me. Or would it be better to say I'm home? Home? That black hair. You must be. It's nice to meet you, father, mother. I am your only daughter, Yumilia Dolkness. The Yumilia Dolkness, who you tried to use. The Yumilia Dolkness, who you tried to kill. My parents looked surprisingly normal. I had thought that they were going to be typical, overweight, evil aristocrats, but they didn't have any standout features. They were both blonde-haired and didn't look anything like me. If they weren't eating in this mansion, I would have had a hard time believing that they were my parents. Damn them! I even paid them handsomely, my father muttered. So you admit to trying to kill me? It's your fault for betraying us in the first place. Do you hate us that much for isolating you in our domain? It was only now that I met them that I realized this. But I didn't particularly hate my parents. Of course, I had my qualms over how they acted as aristocrats. But I did think that I wouldn't be who I was today if they had pampered and spoiled me growing up. What do you mean when you say I betrayed you? We know you're planning to dispatch troops with those in the king's faction. Because you went to their side, we've been humiliated. It was true that I leaned more on towards his majesty's faction. However, that was partial because I wanted to distance myself from the radicals. Planning to dispatch troops? The soldiers directly under the kingdom's command are preparing for a large-scale dispatch. I bet you had a hand in it. I'm starting to see the whole picture now. In order to prepare for the resurrection of the Demon Lord, the kingdom was currently organizing the military. The radicals, having gotten a hold of that information, probably misread the situation, thinking that the moderates in the king's faction were planning a war against another kingdom. They were probably concerned about the moderates' power growing due to the dispatching of troops. The fact that I, a strategic level weapon, was under the protection of the royal family probably only furthered their delusion, especially because I had turned down every invitation from the radicals. That put my parents in bad standing within their faction, leading them to attempt to assassinate me, as they would rather have me killed than have me in the hands of their political opponent. That last portion was mostly a guess, but I was probably correct for the most part. There will be no dispatching of troops to another kingdom, and I have no intention of participating in any invasions either. Why not? If you succeed in the war, the Darkness House can grow even larger. We could maybe even obtain a central position. We wouldn't have to be called pseudo-centralist anymore. Maybe you should focus on enriching your country if you don't want to be called a pseudo-centralist. Father, why don't you return to the county? I think our current county is pretty large, and it could be good to start up some kind of business. Such nonsense. The county can be left to the deputy while we just collect taxes. How do you feel, Mother? If you want me to live like a country bumpkin, it's bad You want me to live like a country bumpkin? It's bad enough that you had to be born with black hair. Why did a child like you have to be born? This conversation was going nowhere. Not only were our values different, but so were our morals. My feelings would never get through to them, and their way of thinking was something I couldn't understand. I was about to sigh, but I swallowed away the temptation. These parents were no good. I already had no expectations for them as parents. But they were no good as aristocrats either. I decided that I needed to interact with them. As not just their daughter, but as another aristocrat. Father, please give me your title. What are you? I'm usurping your title. You can turn me down if you like. After all, I'm the only heir to the Darkness House. But once you're gone, I'll automatically become a countess. I said, teasing the idea of murder. My father, who had been red with anger, was now turning pale. Someone call for the gods! Do you have someone in your personal army who can win against me? If you do, you should have sent that person to assassinate me. There's no way you're getting away with treating your parents like this. You're one to talk. Sending assassins to kill your own child? I turned to my mother, who had gotten up from her chair. Oh, do you give up on running away, Mother? She began to panic and tried to persuade me. Emilia, you know there's many good offers of marriage that have come in for you. You'll find happiness if you marry into a large house. I'm plenty happy right now. Also, I might have someone I like right now. Maybe. You have black hair. There's no way you could live life normally and find happiness. There are people who've said they like my black hair. Please don't decide my own happiness for me. I didn't see any point in continuing this conversation any longer. In an effort to intimidate them, I created a black orb out of magic and let it float beside me. Now, please choose. Would you like to be under house arrest or live a slightly inconvenient life? Or would you like to die gracefully right here and now? You couldn't kill someone! Why are they saying something parental after all this time? Don't you know what happened to the assassins you sent to me? My magic can make the object of my choice disappear. I don't have to clean up any bodies, so it's very useful. The assassins were all alive, but seeing how much my parents were shaking, they probably didn't know that. I used black hole to create an empty chair, to make an empty chair disappear, which finally broke them. I need to sneeze. Forgive me, bless me. Kassoon say, wish me good health. They began to scream like children and beg for their lives. Oh, all right, we'll do as you say, just don't kill us. After these events, I was completely sure that I had a strong displeasure toward murder. I had obtained strength that was impossible for most people by killing many monsters, but apparently I had a human heart after all. Occasionally, and it was only very occasionally, I would feel uneasy about that. So it was a relief to know for sure. And thus, we have another break, and we will end the story here. On page 186. So thank you all very, very much for being here. I hope you're staying safe, staying healthy, staying hydrated, all that good jazz. And so yeah, remember to drink your water, stay healthy, stay hydrated. My husband's mom is texting me because he's not on his phone. Alright, so let's go ahead and thank the Patreon Ko-fi supporters: Kaleidoscope Chick, Tweet T Cakes, Axel1154, Cassie G, Jadis DS, Axel Akara, Semi-Random Sevens, and Micah. Thank you all so much for being here. If you want to help support me, leave a like, comment, follow, all that good stuff. Subscribe, whichever words you want to use. I write and publish short stories. You can find those on most ebook retailers. You can also get my artwork on stuff via my Redbubble. All that's in my link tree. So yeah, go check it out. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.